one of those.
Really?
An Evening at the Movies is a proud member of the I Did Not Make These Rankings podcast network. Other shows in the network include Mass Debaters, The Sip List, Crushgasm, Love is Black, Men Are the Prize, Crime Rewind, and Literature Reapers. You can find out all about our shows and more at idnmtrpodcastnetwork.com. Happy listening. You are now entering the world of a movie review. A world full of drama, joy, ridicule, movie spoilers, unpopular opinions, and adult humor for as far as the eye can see. Welcome to An Evening at the Movies.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to your favorite movie-based podcast. This is An Evening at the Movies, the podcast where we eat the stale popcorn, drink the watered-down sodas, and I'm going to lock this dog in a fucking crate if he doesn't leave me alone, and discuss all of our favorite movies and why we love them.
Poor puppy.
Yeah, poor puppy, my ass. I love him to death, but I digress. It feels like it's been a hot minute since we've done this, but it's been a couple weeks. But I'm happy to be back. Everybody's favorite co-host is here. Say hi, co-host.
Hi, co-host. Yeah, I can wear eye makeup again, so that's good for everybody.
Hey.
Sorry. Casey, did you put us live on the Book of Faces? Okay,
Talk
then.
amongst yourselves.
Jen, are you in your bed? Jen's here, by the way.
So the boys are watching the last episode, the most recent episode of The Last of Us in the living room. So I had to come in here.
Gotcha. You don't watch that with them?
I did.
Oh, until
things
Pedro
happened.
died.
Until it kept following the video game. Yeah.
It's a new show. Don't spoil it, Casey. I guess that episode's been out for a few weeks. But...
Nobody's saying any spoilers.
Casey just did.
Oh, I didn't hear him say it.
Yeah, but nobody listens to him, so.
I was being
You were
careful.
talking over him.
I was being
Also
careful
that.
not say
I
it.
already had it fucking spoiled by Shanna, so I don't want to hear it.
I saw the news before I think she even watched it, and I was like, I'm expecting to get a tearful FaceTime or what the fuck message, but she never said anything. I was proud of her.
We were all just like,
hell?
no.
Yeah, I remember reading an article last year, and it was, if they keep following the video games as well as they have, are they willing to do this? And I'm like, oh, well, we'll see next season.
They
are.
They were willing, and it made a bunch of people sad because, I mean, he's such a good actor.
Right?
Yeah.
And apparently the ratings have dropped since that.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me.
No, same.
Everybody loves a little eye candy.
Casey, have you unplugged this thing yet so we can start talking about a less depressing thing?
Sorry.
At least they are staying true to it. When they did those Flowers in the Attic reboots on Lifetime, I was like, do they dare? Do they dare? And they dared. It wasn't good, but they showed the incest. Speaking of incest, let's talk about this movie.
Speaking of incest, have you guys watched White Lotus?
Not season 3 yet. Shut. Haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
You watched season 2, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was not the uncle.
Casey's putting the dog in a cage, I think. He's gone camera deaf he's gone.
There he is.
All right.
I'm just not willing to say the words live that I just had to say to the damn dog.
Well, you're not Charles Barkley, for fuck's sake.
Oh,
Could be, though.
Hey.
That's probably why he doesn't care. He's like, what are they going to do, fire me?
Right.
That's what said.
And they're not broadcast, so they're not subject to a lot of the rules.
And did you hear
first of all, Charles Barkley has been Charles Barkley for a long fucking time, so the FCC should know what the hell they're getting.
True. I just think it's funny that there was not a delay for that.
Yeah. And that you were able to rewind it and hear it, because we've watched, like, speaking of Corso, we've watched Game Day where somebody's let one slip and you go to rewind it and it's already gone.
Yeah, I caught it. We heard
Corso's let out a fuck or two in his time.
That's funny.
So yeah.
And Corso does have fucks to give.
Yeah. No. He's finally retiring and I hate his replacement.
Who they
Anyway,
replaced
sorry,
him with?
Casey.
Well, no, I was just going to say that for those of you who may not necessarily recognize all the voices on the screen, since we haven't technically introduced everybody yet. Just the
No, we
co-hosts.
haven't. Sorry, that was my bad.
Well, I started and then, yeah.
Oh, no, it's a Mount Sipmore thing. Once we go down a rabbit hole, there's no digging ourselves back out of it. So, and it's not very often that all four of us get on the interwebs at the same time. So,
True.
So yay. We have a very special birthday episode that we're going to be doing today, where we celebrate the old day of the one below me. Papa Palpatine himself is here.
Casey, I'm pretty sure you're older than him. Okay, I'm just saying. If you want to throw out the O word, you might want to, you know.
I have fully embraced my freaking oldness. You're the one that
I'm the youngest person on this 4-person panel right now, so
I have a fucking jersey that says Grandpa. I don't want to fucking hear it about not embracing shit.
Cares.
That's awesome. It should say Paintball Grandpa.
The blonde-haired
Well,
one is the
paintball
one
jersey,
that
so
still
it's-
fucking dyes her gray hair.
I jokingly get called Mama at work, so
That's adorable. I got called a mom on the debate team in high school because I was always trying to tell everybody what to do. That was after Chris, though. After he stopped throwing me in trash cans.
Because where I come from, mother is only half a word.
nah, mother.
Hey, I'm not mama.
Well, no, that's a term of respect.
I thought that was Mima.
Close
Mama.
enough.
Meemaw, Mama,
Mommy.
Ma.
Mom. Lois. Lois. Okay, Casey, stop us. Stop me.
The twinges are here. We have the twinges. We'll just keep going.
Yes. All of the twinges are with us today on this episode. Well, one of them will be disappearing here in a couple minutes to go watch her Dallas Stars play. But she had to come and wish Papa Palpatine a happy birthday. So welcome back, Jean.
Hey, thanks. It's been far too long.
It has.
It has.
For all four of us.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 of us were here for Harry Potter just like a month ago.
2 months ago, actually.
Yeah, and then another 3 of us were here for Empire Records.
Yeah. Sad I missed that one.
Did you say you're glad you missed that one?
Sad.
Oh, I was like, friendship card revoked.
No, sad.
Clean the gray hair out of your ear.
I've got some right here in the front. It's like super.
Oh no,
you
it's
probably
way more than
can't
that.
tell
It's like
Well, yours is on your face, so it's all right.
Yours,
Don't judge the gray bearded people.
you just don't know yet. Right
Yeah, I
here.
don't know. I might have a few. I'm getting them in my eyebrows.
well, I keep the goatee because it hides chins through 5. So you know.
You do have the benefit of getting to grow a beard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's like Mother Nature's trying to make us grow one in perimenopause. Like you just get all these like random chin hairs and they're like sharp and wiry, and you're like, why do I have pubes on my face? Can't I just grow a beard?
No.
No.
Really? Can we just leave the pubes on your face joke aside?
Yeah. We
Hey, I want the choice.
No, Not brush them to the side. Just leave it aside.
I want the option of what if I have it on my face, it's because I choose to, not because Mother Nature says,
Oh my god.
bitch, your uterus is dying. Just take it. Anyway.
Dumb.
Did you just say your pubes, my choice?
I did not.
Oh,
I believe in
Jesus
consent.
Christ.
Not
in this movie, they didn't.
Speaking of
Yeah,
consent, let's talk about the
real.
movie.
This movie didn't believe in a lot of good qualities, which we're going to talk about. But
Yeah.
and also it's Papa Palpatine's birthday episode, so can we do a sip libs before Jean has to run?
Yes, let's.
I got one
Yes,
especially
please.
for you.
Outstanding.
Let's.
Okay, for people that don't know, sip libs are from my show, The Sip List, and they're just fucked up Mad Libs. So real easy to figure out. Okay.
Mad Libs, the way you were already doing them, we just
Inappropriate
admit to it.
Yes. Okay, so I couldn't find one. My app that Kevin made doesn't work anymore, and he's working on a new one. Thanks, Kevin. But I found this one online, and I think it'll work. So it's called The Great Gemstone Journey. I guess we could call it The Great Sword Journey, but whatever. Okay. Ooh, okay, there's a lot of adjectives. We'll start the first one off with certifiably fuckable. Okay. PP, give me an adjective.
Moist.
I knew it. Jean, adjective.
Slimy.
I feel like these gemstones are not going to be pretty.
Boys
Casey,
slimy already. I mean,
They're probably involved in a piercing. Yeah.
yeah. Casey, adjective.
Let's go old.
Okay. Adjective for me, I'm going to say sapphire, like sapphire blue. Let's try to keep it at least something pretty.
You would be the one that would do
Try to
something
stay on
normal.
topic.
Well, just for that one, don't worry. Okay. Chris, a verb, past tense.
Fucked.
Nice. Jean, another adjective.
Damn. This is how mush my brain is right now. I'm like,
Oh, you
completely.
want me to do a random word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's cool. Casey, a noun.
Nipples.
Nipple. Adjective
Whatever.
for me, I'm going to say sweaty. There are a lot of adjectives. Chris, an adjective.
Damn.
Thrubbing.
Ooh. Okay, Jean, you got a verb?
Defenestrate.
Nice.
Thank you for saving me. I was mad after.
I can't believe you didn't say it the first time.
That's why I was slapping my frickin' forehead because I skipped defenestrated somehow. Thank you for saving me, Twinja. I
Yeah,
love it.
but then it would have been defenestrated, and that was more for me to type. So
It's
thanks.
fine.
Let's be honest. You never skip the D.
That's true. That is a true story. Casey, adjective.
Endowed.
Sorry. Okay, an emotion for me, I'm going to say horny. Okay.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. Speaking of not passing up the D.
One of hers, too.
Yeah. Chris, adverb.
Fucky.
It has to end in ly.
Angrily.
Okay. Adjective, Jean. Want another random word?
Go with
What?
pulsating.
Oh, okay.
We're now getting to all the modes on the toys.
Yeah. Okay, Casey, a noun.
Vibrator.
Okay,
I'm still waiting for the one.
I know. Actually, this would be perfect for it. Plural noun. Should I do it?
I
Do
feel
it.
like Good.
Roast beef curtains. Was that it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Chris, adjective.
What is with all fucking adjectives?
I don't know.
It's a
We
very
still got a few more.
Rumbling.
Okay. Okay, Gene, a noun. You do it.
cock ring.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry.
It's fine. It's been a while.
Casey usually covers that one.
I know.
I don't need to hear about the covered cock ring.
Okay, Casey, adjective.
Blue.
There's seriously a fuck ton of adjectives in here.
Clearly.
Adjective for me. Irate. Okay, Chris,
Evidently,
adjective.
we're going to use
Oh my.
all the adjectives on this.
We're going to use all of them, yes. And I can hit random word if you can't think of anything.
Aching.
Ooh. Okay, Gene, adjective.
Motherfucker.
Oh, motherfucking.
I was saying you could say motherfucking.
How about tip baggery?
Oh, good one.
Or tip. How would you make that an adjective?
Tip bag. Tip bag would be an adjective.
Yeah, I guess.
It could be a noun or an adjective.
Trying to think of how we could make it. Yeah, tip bag. We'll go tip bag.
Okay. All right, Casey, you know what it is.
Adjective.
The word has lost all meaning. I've heard it so many times.
Right?
Casey? Are you there?
No, the world is out of adjectives. Give him a minute.
Oh, sorry. I can't see you guys when I'm on that. I can hit the button.
Noisy.
Okay. Oh, look at me. I get a noun.
Well, of course you do.
Lucky.
Rat bastard.
I'm going to say middle finger. Oh, Pearl, stop. Oh, Jesus. It's another adjective.
Motherfucking.
Okay. And Gene, it's another adjective.
Oh my god.
We're almost done.
Let's do Have we done slick?
No. Okay, Casey, you get a noun.
Horseshit butt fuckery.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Damn it, Pearl. Sorry, my cat's all over the place. Ooh, a term of
I'll trade
endearment.
you. I'll take Pearl and you can take Griffey.
Term of endearment.
Okay, I got a term of endearment. I'm going to say babe. We're almost done, but Chris, don't kill me. That's an adjective.
Fuck boy.
Ooh, good one.
Which was my alternate for term of endearment also.
Gene, you get a noun.
Let's say labia.
Casey, adjective.
Cold, as in cold Carl.
Ugh. Okay, this is the last one. I get a verb past tense. I'm going to go with sucked. That was a long one.
My gosh, with
That's what she said.
adjectives.
Okay, here we go.
Still not as bad as the Nightmare on Elm Street one.
It's still not, but it's close.
Yeah, but
Alright.
it's like abject horror.
Yes.
Abject.
The Great Gemstone Journey. Rachel's heart sank in the lobby of the Spring Hill Suites. Okay. Her certifiably fuckable engagement ring, adorned a moist diamond, was gone. Oh, this is like bad grammar. Okay. in Orlando, of all places, during a slimy business trip. She'd arrived that afternoon, a blur of old airports and sapphire taxis. It has to be here, she fucked, dumping her joyous suitcase onto the nipple. A sweaty knock announced her coworkers, Jana and Todd. They'd seen her throbbing face in the hallway and came to defenestrate. Everything okay? Todd asked, looking endowed. My ring, Rachel cried, waving her hands. I lost it. My fiance is going to be so horny. Okay. Todd and Jana jumped into action. They angrily searched the pulsating room, under the vibrator, behind the roast beef curtains, even in the rumbling cock ring.
Hey, at least it was rumbling. I mean,
Bumbling, stumbling.
Yeah, something.
So,
Their
yeah.
blue search took them across Orlando. Jana checked irate lost and founds, peered into aching fountains, and Todd even asked a titbag Mickey Mouse if they'd seen a noisy ring. As the sun set, their middle finger faded. Rachel felt motherfucking. Okay. Back at the Slick Hotel, her horse shit butt fuckery rang. It was Carl. Hey, babe, he said, your ring's on the fuckboy bathroom. Oh, wait, your ring's on the fuckboy bathroom labia. You must have left it here before you left for the trip. Cold silence, then laughter. Todd and Jana sucked with relief. That was terrible.
okay, that was
Wow.
I'm gonna need Kevin to fix the app a lot quicker.
Not using the
Yeah.
website again.
Right?
Well, that was a new one. So, yeah, we're not. That's wow. Okay.
pretty bad.
At least the good friends that they are checked behind the vibrator, the roast beef curtains, and the cock ring. Most friends won't do that for you.
That's true.
No. I love you, Jim, but I'm not checking for anything past your roast beef curtains.
And I feel like titbag Mickey Mouse is redundant.
Shut up.
That was pretty funny. That
Yeah.
one was good.
Okay.
Also, fuck the Orlando airport.
Oh my God. The Orlando airport is the worst airport in this United States of America. Or these United States.
Denver airport's pretty crazy too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Orlando is the worst airport I've ever been to.
It's massive. Like you have to take a train to get from one side to the other. It's massive.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's not the problem. It's getting through security in Orlando that's bullshit. It's the Walmart of airports. They have 47 lanes and 3 people working.
Yeah. It's the Timu airport of Florida.
Rough. Emu.
Don't have that problem in Seattle.
Yeah. True,
No.
true.
Don't tell me that. I'm about to fly into Seattle in a month and a half.
You have your real ID?
No, but I have a passport, so I'm good.
I have a real ID and a passport.
Super quick. I like it.
Is it?
Yeah. You just scan your ID and then you go through. You don't have to have like all the shit.
Yeah.
Same thing with the passport.
Yeah, I mean, we have passport and TSA pre-check and global entry, so that definitely all speeds shit up. So, yeah.
Nope.
Damn it. Since we're talking about passports, real quick, before we talk about the movie, sorry about the noise. If you're a woman in these United States of America and you don't have a passport, you need to get one. Get one fast.
Why?
Because there's some laws that are passing that may make it more difficult to get married if you don't have I'll have to send it to you, but basically if you have to have a passport for your to vote. Sorry, my God, I was like, what the fuck am I trying to think of right now? Your last name has to match your birth certificate unless you have a passport or something else, but your driver's license isn't good enough. According to this thing, it hasn't fully passed, but anyway, there's more information to it, but you should just have a passport. You should just have one anyway.
I have one. Yeah, we've got passports.
Ooh, see how my brain's working. I'm like, what is this even about? It's about voting. It's okay. They're one step away from doing household voting anyway. I just know it. That's what JD Vance wants so bad. The man votes for the whole house. Are you fucking kidding me? Anyway. Let's not go down that
You'd be
rabbit hole.
screwed then.
So Excalibur.
Yes, have some.
Yes.
What made you pick this movie for your birthday movie?
I love this movie.
Really?
And your wife has never seen it. So how much can you love it if your wife has never seen it?
I thought she had fucking culture. I was wrong.
I'd never seen it till today.
Well, we know you have no fucking culture.
Go fuck yourself.
I have worn out 2 copies of this movie, one on VHS and one on DVD. I have seen this movie that many fucking times.
It's like your Star Wars. Have you seen that episode of How I Met Your Mother where Ted's engaged and Marshall's like,
you could just stop at episode of How I Met Your Mother. No, I haven't.
Oh.
Same.
Well, he's basically telling Ted she's never seen Star Wars. He was like, the only people that haven't seen Star Wars are the people who were in the movie, and that's because they lived them. But basically, he's like, you can't marry this girl if she doesn't like Star Wars. Like, it's your favorite movie of all time. So, anyway.
So, why do you love this movie so much?
So, I've always loved Arthurian legend. And
too,
there's
but-
just not a lot of good Arthurian movies.
Do you like the Guy Ritchie King Arthur movie?
No.
No?
And I love Charlie Hunnam, and I like Guy Ritchie. It's just that one felt like, oh shit, we have to do this before the rights revert to somebody else.
Yeah. I thought it was kind of fun.
I mean, I enjoyed it to the extent of it was an interesting retelling, but it was formulaic schlock, which I was really disappointed because it was a really good cast, and it's Guy Ritchie. So I was expecting really good dialogue and fun action and a plot that maybe has some twist I didn't see coming. And it was...
Was it better than the dialogue in this movie?
You can fuck right off.
I would say yes, but that's because this is not my favorite movie.
This movie is like half stage play and like half movie. And I think the actors forget what they're doing.
The guy who played Merlin was definitely a stage actor because of some of the ways he overacted and over-emoted on some of the sequences.
It wasn't just him.
It kind of makes me think Trevor on Iron Man, right? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The actor was the Mandarin.
And rewatching it the other night, I discovered. See, the show has ruined me. I now dig way deeper into movies when I watch it.
You're welcome.
Arthur's ever shifting accent, like he sounds like he's from Ireland until he draws a sword, and now he's got a proper English accent.
I had issues with that.
Where the fuck did that come from? This movie's real rapey. I never realized it as a kid. So I'm not sitting here saying it's a perfect movie, right? But unfortunately, it's very close to the source material. It's a rather faithful, much condensed version of Le Mort d'Arthur, or as Max like to call it, Le Mort d'Arthur.
You know what I said to Casey 5 minutes into this movie? I messaged him.
French,
and I was
so they're
like,
gonna rape somebody?
No, I was like, is this movie supposed to be serious? Because I literally thought it was satire.
Serious, or is it supposed to be like Monty Python?
That's what I was thinking. Is this like another Monty Python? Because that's... Sorry, I'll be so glad to be away from that. It literally feels Monty Python-ish in a lot of moments. Like, there's other moments where you get that it's serious, but like the first 10 minutes, I was like, is this movie for real? Am I supposed to be like, scared or awed or shocked, or am I supposed to be laughing?
No, the beginning feels absolutely like an early 80s sword and sorcery movie that had like $1 million budget for effects and a $3.75 budget for actors and script.
No, the whole movie feels like that. At least it started off
with
the
crazy thing is how good the cast is.
I know. That's why I'm so disappointed in their performances. Okay. Sorry, do we want to let Casey do his thing real quick?
Yeah, probably let that happen.
Hi, Bubs. Hi, Jack. You're not my Jack, but you're still so handsome. For people that can't see, Jen's dog's on the screen. Oh.
No, sir. Don't you yell at me. No, sir. Nope.
He wants to talk too.
He does. He's like,
Dad, did you hate this movie? Yes. Okay.
I'm expecting Pete.
I have an opinion about Excalibur. Thank you very much, and I want to share it on Casey's show.
Give it. Let's
She's
go.
so pretty.
All right. So, Excalibur, obviously the movie that we are discussing, released on April 10th, 1981, which happened to be just a couple weeks before Palpatine's 18th birthday.
Wow. Wow.
That's only according to his beard.
To be fair, you were able to hide it in high school pretty well. You only looked like 27 then.
I looked way younger in high school. I was baby-faced and skinny.
Yeah.
Was directed by John Borman. Was released by Warner Brothers. Had a budget of $11 million.
Wow.
Spend it on
armor polish. It was all spent on armor polish.
Yeah, that's fair.
And lens flares. This was like J.J. Abrams' dream movie as a kid.
And that weird green light that they had to have on the sword all the time, that like reflected off people's plate, off their. What are those things called? The armor.
Dear Lord.
Anyway.
And had a box office of $35 million.
Okay.
That's pretty impressive for, I mean.
Well, that's 1981, so $35 million was.
I mean, it tripled its budget, and I mean, what was the movie ticket in 1981? $1, maybe 75 cents. I was 18 and working at McDonald's, so I don't really remember.
Well, people went probably expecting to see Camelot, just like Camelot, and it was not that much like Camelot.
Oh, thank God.
So, I have everybody's favorite other An Evening at the Movies game other than Stiff Libs ready. Would everybody like to wager a guess as to what the Rotten Tomato score for this movie is? I have a feeling I know what Amanda's going to say.
I remember it was surprisingly high. I looked it up some time back. So I want to say 86%, 87%. Let's go with 87. I was shocked by how high it was.
I'll go 73.
Are you guys picking the critic meter, like the tomato meter, or the popcorn meter, the audience score?
Same one we always do?
We usually do both.
I have both.
That's okay. Just say which one you're doing.
Whatever one shows first when you pull up the website.
The tomato one.
Yeah.
The tomato meter, there we go.
Okay, I'm going to go popcorn meter. Let's go like 71%. Tomato meter, let's go 78%. I don't feel that way about it, but I have a feeling people probably did, especially since Chris said it was surprisingly highly rated.
Yeah, tomato meter has it at 72%.
Oh, we were close.
How much?
72. Oh, 73.
And what about the popcorn meter?
On 50,000 plus ratings, the audience gave it an 80%.
Okay.
Oh, you were close, Chris.
Yeah.
I was too. I said 78.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
So it didn't get bad scores.
No. You've got to be a fan of Arthurian legend to enjoy this movie.
For sure.
You're not going to seek this one out. Again, I, as a kid or young adult, when I fell in love with this movie hardcore, I didn't realize how non-consensual certain things were and how fucked up things were. But when you look at, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but when you look at medieval literature,
Yeah.
This is the norm.
It fits the time, yeah.
Right. And it's like I said, it's rather faithful, as I remember, to Lamar d'Archer. It's been a while since I've read any of that.
I mean, it fits the brothers and sisters fucking narrative too. So even though she tricked him, but
yeah, I was gonna say, I think at least 75% of us have watched fucking Game of Thrones. So
Gladiator,
the incest thing,
yeah,
the incest thing is not anything shocking.
Ape, all the things.
And at least they make it out to be wrong and not, normal or.
Well, but that's how you keep the bloodlines. That's what's always so crazy to me when people obviously incest is wrong and, supposedly can lead to birth defects and all that stuff. But it blows my mind, how many people died and maybe we just don't know, or how many kids were born bad and we just don't know, because that's how they used to do it. That's how you kept the family lineage going.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, it's totally weird and wrong, but that's what they did. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, it's to me the more damning part is the fact that Arthur is a child of rape.
Yeah.
Mordred's a child of rape. And because I never thought about that as a young adult. Now I'm like, oh, that's just kind of creepy.
I never knew that till this movie. So
well, it depends on what version. Like Idols of the King and Lamar d'Archer don't align everywhere, and then when you take some of the other short stories and some of the other oral histories, they don't quite line up. And King Arthur stories have existed, or Arthur stories, promoted King Arthur initially, but Arthur stories have existed since about 986, I want to say, AD.
Wow.
Give or take. So when you've got 1,000 years of telling, or 500 years once it finally got written down,
yeah,
or more easily digestible, I guess, things are going to get lost. Things are going to get changed. Things aren't going to align. So there's a whole academic community trying to figure out who Arthur was. And I think that's something that's really intrigued me is the whole legends of Arthur and how, a lot of medieval literature, it got turned into something to advertise for the church when that's not really what was going on at the time. So I'm just intrigued by medieval literature and stories, and this movie just really helped suck me into all that. And this movie is also why I'm a huge fan of the Carmina Burana, and I bought the Enigma record or album that is based entirely on the Carmina Burana.
I don't know that one. Well, Casey told me last night that he didn't think I would like this movie, and I was like, yeah, I feel like I'm not going to like it, but also I really like medieval storytelling too. I like Arthur stories, and I like medieval, I don't want to use the word culture, but I guess just movies or stories focused around that time frame, the Middle Ages and all that stuff. But
just not Lord of the Rings.
Because they're neither walking nor singing in this fucking movie.
He likes the Middle Ages, not Middle Earth, okay?
Hey, and hold on, Amanda. King Arthur is part of the Middle Earth mythology. Tolkien folded all of that in.
Seriously?
Yep, okay. He's part of the Fourth Age.
Wizards and shit?
But I think what I've come to realize is that maybe I like more of a... Well, first of all, I like stuff that has continuity. The jumping around in this movie from storylines and ages and they don't let you know that it's been however many years between the scene you just watched to the next scene you're in. And so I was confused. I'm not going to lie. I at one point I thought a character was Arthur, and he was, but then later on I had to text Casey and I was like, okay, that was Arthur, right? Because now this guy is he's supposed to be. I was confused. I think the way they told the story, it was like they were trying to be true to the source material, but they couldn't figure out how to tell it.
I think they
bit off. There was a lot of story to cram into 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah. This could have easily been and at the time that was death knell for a movie, but this could have been a 3.5 hour movie because there's just so much to cover.
Or it could benefit from a limited series.
Right. And I think this is probably before a lot of people knew more of the King Arthur mythos. They might have been forced to read parts of Idylls of the King or parts of Le Morte d'Arthur or Sir Gawain and the Green Knight in school, but
and I never read any of those.
and people knew what the concept of Camelot was.
Yeah.
JFK's administration was referred to as Camelot, but I think this is probably the first big budget, air quote, Arthur movie, and they tried to do the whole damn thing in one shot.
Yeah.
And you can't tell Arthur's story without telling a bit of Uther's story, and that eats up screen time. And I think Gabriel Byrne was 12 in that sequence. That man has aged incredibly well.
Right.
Liam Neeson looked like a hobo.
Well, Liam Neeson still looks like a hobo. He just has a particular set of skills.
Well, he does. And
Yes.
he could use those skills on me if he wanted to. 90s Liam could. Maybe even 2000s. Now he's a little up there, but yeah, I just hate how confusing it was. And then I felt like, the acting and like the dialogue to me was either really ridiculous or really like pretentious. And like, I don't know.
Well, they're all English.
I know, but it when they were trying to be English and be like pretentious and royal and all this, it felt like they were overdoing it. And then the other times it just felt like satire.
Right.
Like that part in the woods where I can't remember why Arthur's running, but Merlin grabs him, and to me, he right there,
Yes,
that looks like if Derek Zoolander was playing a young Arthur. He's like, ooh, why? And he's even making the blue steel face. And I'm like I couldn't help but laugh because I was like, what is happening right now?
That's funny. Okay, here's where I leave you. My game is starting.
Okay.
Gotta
Go
cheer,
Stars.
cheer on my stars.
Good luck, Dallas.
Have fun.
Oh, I will not say go Dallas, but
You will.
Good luck.
You already said it.
Yeah. Go Dallas Stars.
Stars.
Go, not Oilers.
Go Stars.
Not Cowboys.
Yeah, just say Stars. It's fine. Have fun with the rest of the episode.
Thanks, Jen. Love you.
All right. Love you. Bye. It's visually beautiful. I'll give it that.
It's really well shot. The fight scenes are decently well choreographed. The soundtrack is good.
They weren't afraid of gore.
They were not.
Or
but
sex.
It wasn't like gore for the sake of gore.
No, it wasn't. But like when Lancelot gets stabbed like through the pelvis, I'm like, what the fuck?
That's because he just stabbed the queen through the pelvis.
It was practical effect gore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I did realize that that this movie and Forrest Gump have a lot in common. Most of the drama is caused by somebody named Ginny doing ho shit.
That's accurate. Yeah, you can't really lie about that.
It's like, how in the hell does Forrest Gump tie into this movie at all?
Well, Guinevere, the first usage of Guinevere is actually found in one of the early King Arthur texts. And Guinevere is actually where both Genevieve, or Genevieve as people would say it, and Jennifer come from.
Yeah. So tell me this, because I haven't read a lot of Arthurian legend. I've mostly like watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The thing that I always thought, and again from movies, but I always thought that Guinevere was basically like a child bride. Like maybe not a child bride, but Arthur was old enough to be her father. Is that accurate, or is that because? Well, I mean, I know it's all fiction, but because in this movie she wasn't. Like they were,
I don't remember because and the weird thing is, so Le Morte d'Arthur is all the oral history is written down like almost directly, so it's damn near unreadable in spots.
Yeah.
So it doesn't all. It's been so long since I read. I don't remember. I know in Idylls of the King, it's supposed to be like the greatest love story ever, so they don't really talk about the age gap.
Except she fucked somebody else. So what? I guess I started watching First Night after this, and I messaged Casey. I was like, at least in Excalibur, Guinevere is not a child bride.
No, but Arthur's old enough to be your father.
Yeah.
Also, that movie is shit.
Oh, fuck you. I love that movie. But
Garbage.
it's more of a love story. It's not like supposed to be super true to, like, I get why you would not like it because it's not really about Arthur.
It's not
really
good. It's not about Arthur. Richard Gere really can't act.
Speaking of accents going in and out, Jesus, he had the worst with that. Luckily, that actress has a beautiful accent.
The accents in that movie were so bad, I almost didn't believe Connery's.
Whatever.
I knew when I first saw the fucking trailer for that one and saw Richard Gere, I was like, there's no way in hell he's gonna fucking pull that shit off.
No. Yeah. I mean, Costner was more believable Robin Hood, for fuck's sake.
And I like Richard Gere, like in certain roles. I think he does a really good job, but I don't. Sure. He was not the right person for that role. But
I don't think there was a right person for that role. I think that script was so weak and the premise was so bad that I don't think anybody could have pulled that off.
You're gonna be mad at me later.
Let me guess. You did a top 5 King Arthur movies, and that one made the list.
I did not do top 5 King Arthur. That would have been way more specific, but you're close. We'll get to it. Casey, we've been talking a lot. You have some thoughts you'd like to share?
I will. I know my screen name on the screen says "You owe me, bitch," but I'm not gonna say I completely hated this movie. It's not necessarily one that I'm going to rush out and, it's been a month or two since I've seen it. I need to rewatch it again. But, like Chris was saying, it has its good points. It has its bad points.
I wanted to like it. I really did.
Same. And at times, I almost felt like some of the dialogue was worse than a fucking poorly written Star Wars movie.
I will build a round table. It was so fucking over the top and pretentious that I'm sitting there laughing, and I'm like, this is a serious topic. I will build a round table. Rawr.
That I was fine with. The scene where he goes and finds Guinevere in the nunnery. She got me to a nunnery. Where he's talking it just like high-end prose that no one will ever fucking say out loud. That was the worst dialogue to me. And then some of the overacting. Yeah, the movie's not perfect. The movie's got problems.
But
it's 1981.
It's 1981. Yeah, right.
That time had problems.
And everybody's trying to piggyback off Star Wars. That's the thing you got to remember about like the early 80s is that everybody is trying to take what Star Wars did from an effects and visual standpoint,
sure,
and trying to make like this big epic with all this like cool, and you just can't duplicate Star Wars. Like, I don't know. I really did want to like it, and I got bored and confused.
This is semi-freshly after Empire Strikes Back came out, too.
Very shortly. Yeah. And I think a lot of this is because you have this connection, which I don't get, with sci-fi and fantasy, that when one does well, the other one tries to come back. And when you look at other sword and sorcery movies of this age, this one's pretty good. I mean, it's effects-wise, it's better than Dragon Slayer, because they didn't try to do a dragon.
Oh God, yeah.
Sorry.
Trying to think. Better than Krull, of course, is before Krull. I loved Krull. The effects on this are better than Krull. Definitely better than Conan.
Oh, I haven't seen Conan since I was a kid. I liked it though. I also liked Clash of the Titans a lot.
Yeah, Clash of the Titans was like the last of the great stop motion movies. Well, not claymation, but stop motion, same kind of concept.
Yeah.
Ray Harryhausen really at his finest. But that was also 81.
Yeah.
And I think probably Clash of the Titans, which, okay, it's a better movie, probably outshined this one.
Clash of the Titans was pretty great.
Yeah, even though Harry Hamlin, not a great actor. But the effects on Clash of the Titans were just so much better.
Calling Harry Hamlin an actor is an insult to actors.
He was good on that legal show. That's the only thing I can't remember which one it was.
LA Law.
LA Law, thank you. I thought it was anyway, but okay, so somebody explain something to me, because again, this is another thing about medieval times. Anytime somebody says medieval times, I think of Cable Guy. There were no forks in medieval times, hence there are no forks at medieval times. But you have Pepsi? How does two people jousting, and how do you fight for someone's innocence? I get fighting for someone's honor. I think it's stupid, but I understand that concept. That part of the story makes no sense to me, that they're going to fight, and if one of them wins, that means she didn't fuck Lancelot, and if the other one wins, that means she did. I don't get it.
Part of the over-Christianization of the stories, like we see with Beowulf and we see with a bunch of other things. The concept is that God is watching, God is judging, and the victor is chosen by God.
Okay.
And whomever God chooses, that must be the truth.
Got it.
It's horribly circular logic.
Yeah, it's terrible, but at least it makes sense to me now. Like, thank you, because it doesn't make sense, but it does, if you know what I'm saying. Like,
not a lot of shit made sense back then.
Well, no, but I just couldn't figure out the logic behind it. But yeah, if you believe that God is picking everything and choosing everyone, then okay, fine. I get it. And she just has to sit there and hope the right person wins. Or the wrong person, because since she did actually do it.
Well, she hadn't done anything yet.
She hadn't done it yet. That's true. But she definitely had the feelings. She had the horny eyes.
She was a hoe.
For show.
Baby girl got needs.
And then she ain't your hoe no mo.
As Arthur said, the king comes first.
I'm sure he always did. Ain't no way anybody cared about women's pleasure back then. It was all about his pleasure and procreation. I mean, that fucking rape scene at the beginning, that was all about him. Well, here, let me bury my face into your boobs and then throw you down naked and fuck you with my full armor on.
That's gotta chafe.
Yeah, you did not give a shit about her pleasure. That armor was not ribbed for her pleasure.
I was about to say armored for her pleasure.
Yeah. That's better. As usual, yours are always better than mine.
We did make a joke when he broke the sword about, we've been trying to reach you about your sword's extended warranty.
That's pretty funny. But it's okay, because the lady in the lake is going to save it for you.
Right?
I'll break the sword off in your ass if you come near my woman again. That's what he should have said. Sorry, Casey.
Oh, no. You're good. But yeah, no, it's one of those things where it's not the worst thing in the world that I've seen. Season of the Witch.
No, you fucking don't. No, you fucking don't. You better say what you said to me in the chat, or I will call you out.
Well, that could have been comfortable. So the actor that played Igraine is the daughter of the director.
Huh.
You think the second director did the rape scene with the titties out, or you think Dad was there for that?
I mean, I feel like if you're trying to be a Coppola would be there for that shit. So he was probably there for it.
And this movie did not have the budget for stunt titties.
Oh, come on now. They were perky. I'm
No,
sure they didn't have intimacy
I'm just saying they're
coordinators
most
back
likely
then.
actually hers.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. No, yeah, no.
I'm sorry. Back to Season of the Witch for a minute. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Is it better or worse than this movie, Casey? Remember, God is
I did not say it.
screenshots of this.
Shall we joust?
I did not say this was what either or was better or worse. I said I need to watch Halloween 3 to cleanse my palate.
You also said you would rather watch Rubber than this movie. So,
God,
yeah, bite me.
what you type on the internet is forever, my dude.
She does keep receipts.
Yeah. Should we do our top 5? Well, I don't know. Chris, is there anything else you want to talk about as far as the movie?
Yeah, I just want to point out that Arthurian legend ties into so many other things. It shows in so many other places. And I think that's where you have to give this movie a bit of respect. The fact that it brought a lot of that storytelling back to the forefront.
Yeah.
My knowledge of Arthurian legend almost got me kicked out of episode 3.
Episode
Really?
3 of this show?
No, Star Wars.
No.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? Oh, okay.
So
He's not cool enough to understand the fact that
I
when you
forget
talk
that
about
they're
Star Wars, you just have to
episodes,
say
and yeah. Anyway,
episode 3, episode 2, episode 1.
in Arthurian legend,
Fuck episode 1.
episode 1 and 2.
Arthur is told by I forget whom that a certain family will bring chivalry back to the forefront and fix everything for everyone. And he's told it's Lancelot's family line, which is why he goes and finds Lancelot. Come to find out, it's actually Galahad, who's Lancelot's son.
Okay.
So, watching episode 3, and the great fight goes on between Obi-Wan and Anakin. And Obi-Wan starts vagging about, you're supposed to be the chosen one, you're supposed to bring balance to the Force, yada, yada, yada. And at that point, I realized, right family, wrong generation. And so, at that point, in the back of the theater, I say, so Luke is fucking Galahad.
Okay.
So I think I said, so Farm Boy is fucking Galahad.
And you almost got kicked out of the theater?
I got some dirty, dirty looks, yeah.
Well, a lot of people probably didn't make the connection, but that makes sense. All right, then.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, let's do the top
I'm
5.
just disappointed this wasn't a movie about the Excalibur in Vegas, because that's what I thought I was getting myself into. I've stayed there. It has a funny smell. Why are you looking at me like that?
I don't know why you're thinking of watching
a movie there and have a funny smell.
Well, first of all, it's Dead Hooker. It's Vegas.
It smelled old. That's what it was. It was just when it's an old. It's one of the oldest ones, so I get it.
Old
it was
Dead
still
Hooker.
pretty, but yeah, it just had a weird smell. I did not enjoy it. So, top 5s.
Top 5s.
I got 5.
Birthday boy, would you like to go first?
I will go first. So I did top 5 King Arthur movies, and
Okay.
it's only 4 actually, because I tried to find the Green Knight, the new one, streaming, and couldn't find it anywhere, and I didn't want to pay for it. So I've only got 4. So top 4.
The A24.
Yeah, the newest one. Yeah, the previous older one, not good. So King Arthur with Clive Owen. Not one of my favorite theories about who Arthur was, but it's a lot of fun. Great cast, great fight scenes, beautiful costuming, beautiful scenery. Okay movie. Number 3, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Fuck yeah. Just a flesh wound.
Goes without saying. Number 2, Sword in the Stone, Disney.
Mm-hmm. It's a great movie.
There's 2 types of people. People who love that movie and people who are fucking sad and need to go rewatch that fucking movie.
Agreed.
And then lastly, number 1, Excalibur.
I'm not going to lie. I was disappointed when Sword in the Stone did not make the Disney animated schedule for next month.
It didn't? Fuckers. No, that is such a great
We're
movie.
doing Robin Hood, the animated Robin Hood.
Okay, that's a fair trade-off.
Yeah.
When you're doing that one, I love that. I fucking love that
Oh,
movie.
do you really?
So many times.
You
Love
get to
that
meet
movie.
Kendra. Yeah, we haven't started yet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Cassandra will be down if we can make the schedule work.
Okay.
So
but yeah,
Papa
number 1,
Palpatine
Excalibur
for Robin Hood and for James Bond.
Yeah.
What are we doing again? Goldfinger? Goldmember? I wish we could do Goldmember. Actually, Goldmember is my least favorite Austin Powers, but okay.
Oh God.
A Bong and the Blintz?
It says, "You who made of gold?" I love gold.
Smoking a pancake?
Smoking a pancake. Casey, you want to go next?
No.
No?
Ladies
Okay.
first.
Okay, well, so mine is similar, but I did top 5 medieval themed movies. So not just specific to King Arthur, but movies that take place during that time frame.
You went generic.
Well, yeah, because they're not all about, they're not all King Arthur centric or even really mention him, but I think most of them do.
Number 1, Prince of Thieves.
So my couple of honorable mentions, before I get to the top 5, just because I had to include a couple. Sword in the Stone, which Chris already mentioned, Willow, and Shrek. See, Shrek is not Arthurian at all, but it is.
How did you make the rules and still fuck up the assignment?
Why? What?
Nothing.
What did I do wrong?
Those are fairy tales, the last 2.
But they still take place during those times. They're still medieval, aren't they?
I wouldn't say so, no.
Oh, well, then one of the ones on my list you're probably going to be mad at, because I thought Shrek
Well, I know First Night's on the list. I suspect the fucking list to be bad anyway, so please continue so I can mock it some more.
Go fuck yourself.
8.
Oh my God.
That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, well then, so I'm going to replace my number 2, which was The Princess Bride. So, because I'm guessing you're going to make me throw that one out.
No, that one stays. It's just The Princess Bride.
Okay. All right. So,
you cannot poo-poo all over Indigo Montoya.
That's correct.
Number 5 is a tie, because I had to, between Monty Python and the Holy Grail and Robin Hood Men in Tights. They kind of go together, so I thought
I can't get mad at those 2.
Yeah. Number 4 is A Knight's Tale. Love that movie. Number 3 is where you're gonna get mad. First Night. I know.
Trash.
It's a beautiful movie. It's a nice love story. It has all the drama and tragedy. Aside from Richard Gere, I think it's a really good movie.
I'd rather watch Highlander 2 again.
Oh. Number 2 is Princess Bride.
I would rather than watching fucking Highlander 2.
And Casey called it, and I have 0 fucks to give about what you guys think. My number 1 is A Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Saw that in the theater twice, and it's been one of my favorite movies since then. I know Costner's accent leaves a lot to be desired. So does, what's his name?
I wouldn't even have that in my top 3 Robin Hood movies.
Sorry.
I might even put that behind the fucking Russell Crowe version. No, I wouldn't put it behind the Russell Crowe version. Never mind. I can't do that.
No.
You cannot tell me that. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry. I know I've mentioned this before, the last few episodes or whatever. I'm blaming perimenopause. My brain is like going kaput. So, who played that wonderful man who's dead that played Sheriff Nottingham?
Rickman, Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman was fantastic in that movie.
He absolutely was. I would still take the Basil Rathbone and
stole the movie.
Oh god, now I'm losing names.
It has a soft spot in my heart. It was one of my favorite like adventure kind of movies. Then, I saw it when I was like, I think I was like 13, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, sorry if you don't like it, but that's my list and I'm sticking to it and you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I would take Errol Flynn Robin Hood over that one all day.
I also had Braveheart. But again, not really. By your rules, it seems like that wouldn't fit. But
no, it's close enough to medieval.
So is Shrek.
Weird. Shrek's a fantasy movie in a fantasy world. I don't think it really applies to the timeline.
Arthur is a fantasy world. It's not real.
Arthur is legend. There's a different.
Okay, fine. Shrek will be legend someday. Lord Farquaad will be the new Sheriff of Nottingham or something. I don't know. Anyway,
we're doing a fifth fucking movie.
Donkey's getting his own movie. Did you know that?
As long as Eddie is voicing Donkey, that's all that matters. If they fucking recast,
you gotta assume
Donkey.
Yeah.
So did you know that the dragon in Shrek enjoys donkey shows?
Yeah, she does. Whatever. Those dragon donkey babies are the cutest thing I've ever seen.
All right. So I went with Excuse You.
Hi, Griffey. He's so precious.
You want him to come stand on your damn shoulder?
Sure.
Okay. So I went with the fuck. I'm sitting here looking at the damn title. Greatest battles without a gun. So
in movies?
Ultimately, yes, okay. In movies. You would think that encompasses a lot more, but realistically, my list is just a list of ultimately my favorite sword fights in movie history.
Nice. Is the one at the end of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves on it? Because that was a pretty good one.
It was kind of mid.
No.
You're kind of mid. Oh, happy birthday.
My first honorable mention is Johnny Depp versus Orlando Bloom from Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl.
In the sword-making room place, whatever it's called.
The blacksmithing?
Blacksmith.
Thank you. Please don't judge me. I cannot remember shit right now. Sorry.
And speaking of Highlander 2, not from Highlander 2 at all.
Oh, like what?
That movie is hot garbage.
Oh, it's so bad.
I had to go and bring up probably one of the most cheesiest fucking sword fighting moments in movie history. The final sword fight between Connor and Duncan MacLeod in Highlander Endgame.
I haven't seen it. I wouldn't know.
Which brings me now then to my top 5. Number 5, The Princess Bride.
Inigo Montoya and Wesley? Or Inigo and the Six-Fingered Man?
Both. I couldn't pick and choose between the two.
Yeah, that's fair.
I want my father back, you son of a bitch. Chills every time.
Yeah.
My number 4 is a movie that it may or may not have been on a couple other lists that we've talked about earlier. Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I don't really remember the sword fights in that movie.
There are no good fight scenes in that movie.
Number 3. Again, this is, I couldn't pick and choose between the two, so I just went with Kill Bill Volume 1, Kill Bill Volume 2.
The one between the two ladies at the end, I think it's Kill Bill 1 with Uma Thurman and the widow or the bride and it's not Regina King. Who is that? I always mix her up with Regina King. But you know what I'm talking about. That scene is epic in her house, and then the little girl comes home from school and she's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What is her name? It's the girl from Independence Day. It's gonna make me crazy.
Jessica Fox.
Thank you. Sorry. Continue.
Okay, technically this one, not necessarily a sword fight, but I will say probably one of my favorite visual fights in cinematic history, and that would be the Battle of Helm's Deep from the Two Towers.
Absolutely.
Amanda hasn't seen it because she doesn't like Lord of the Rings.
I might give it another shot at some point. I'm sorry, I fell asleep.
And if you know myself in any way, shape, or form, you'll know what my number 1 is.
I'm surprised all 5 of them weren't what your number 1 is.
Do you know what my number 1 is?
It's something Star Wars.
It's either Luke and Daddy in Episode 3, or it's the Duel of the Fates.
Luke and Daddy in Episode 5.
Right, Episode 5, sorry.
Mine is Rey and Kylo in the last one. On the outside,
I was like,
the ocean's like all over the place, and they're like, oh, so good. The one before that in the woods too was good.
Chris kind of threw me off there for a second. He's like Luke and Daddy in Episode 3. I'm like, Luke was only in Part 3 for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm surprised.
And I don't think he was big enough to wield a lightsaber.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sleep deprived from this fucking compressed ass playoff schedule lately.
But at least you had fun and they won. I'd trade places with you.
So loud. It was great.
Yeah.
However, those stairs in Loud City are going to be the fucking death of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how George ever got up and down them.
That's why we only did Loud City for one season. They're so steep.
The depth of the stair is literally the size of an 11.5 Puma.
Yeah. Like, it's not even half of his foot.
Yeah, I'm sure George is rocking a size 15, size 16, somewhere along 18. In there. Yeah, so he, like, I've almost tripped. In fact, I almost tripped last night, and I've had problems getting my foot all the way on the step, and I'm sure he struggled.
Yeah.
And then the fact that they're straight up and straight fucking down.
Yeah, it's not the steepest place I've ever been when you get to the top, but it's still pretty steep.
Right. And at least we're at mid-court, so we've got great sight lines.
Yeah.
Like, my only complaint is if somebody really tall is in front of me, I have to do this number a little bit. And
George ruins everyone's life like that.
Because of the banners, I can't see one of the big scoreboards that has all the stats on the end, but I can still see the Jumbotron. But I don't have to watch the Jumbotron. Unlike like your old seats, if there was somebody tall in front of me, I had to watch the Jumbotron a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I know the people behind us did. The people that had the seats behind us, the guy was so like small and tiny. I felt bad for him sometimes. But luckily it was kind of angled, so he still could kind of like, you know, move like this.
But yeah, our sightlines are good. It's just it's our first year opting in for playoff tickets, so we got shit seats. But they got us on the end of the row and at mid court, so it's not the worst.
Well, if there's any you want to sell to me, we'll pay top dollar. We got to get to one of these games. I don't, especially if they go to the finals. I was like, I told George, I don't care. I'll sell a fucking kidney. We're going to one of these games.
We're selling our game 2 tickets for the finals if we make it.
Okay.
And I want to make some money off, but I'll give you a little bit of a discount.
Well, thanks. Since we split a season with you and everything.
You just did say I'll pay top dollar. You use those.
I will. No, I will. I'll pay $10 over sticker price. No,
then you could fuck right off because I know what those things are going to go for.
I don't blame you. I mean, one year it was the year they went to the finals against Miami. We sold our seats for like a couple $1,000 and we bought tickets in Loud City for the same game because that's how much money we made off them. So
pre-sale for finals tickets for where we are in Loud City are $1,000 a piece.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's stupid.
But we did that because we knew we were going to Miami to see them.
Oh, so. Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
So, Casey, let me propose two fights that I think you missed. They're older, but they're between the same two actors. That's Basil Rathbone and Errol Flynn. One of which being from 1938's Adventures of Robin Hood. And the other one being from Captain Blood.
I don't know that one.
Both classic movies.
Yeah, two classically trained actors, and I think Basil Rathbone was actually a trained fencer, so the fight scenes are really freaking good.
How did he become a clinically acclaimed actor?
Sorry, yeah, wait, I didn't say that.
It sounded like you said clit.
Well, yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Well, for now, you did. It's clinically acclaimed now.
Clinically acclaimed. Well, I too am clinically acclaimed.
I've heard.
Yeah, I'm quite the cunning linguist, in fact.
Wah, wah. Okay, let's do our reviews real quick and then sign this bitch off. I'm hungry. Birthday boy, you go first.
Birthday boy.
So yeah, I love this movie. It's not perfect. It's got problems. It's a little rapey in moments. It's a lot rapey in moments. But still, it's to me the quintessential King Arthur movie. And I've got great memories of just binging the shit out of this movie because it was constantly on broadcast somewhere, so I get to watch it for free. Right? Like I said, I wore out 2 copies of this. I love this movie so much. The current one that I have, I actually got in a 2-pack at Walmart for $5, and it was Excalibur and Lady Hawk. Now there's a fucking combo for you.
Lady Hawk's a good movie.
No, absolutely, I love Lady Hawk.
So why couldn't you pick Lady Hawk for your birthday movie?
Who knows what he'll like a year from now?
Maybe next year. Because nobody else is going to pick this fucking movie, and it deserves some due. So I am. Yeah, I'm gonna give it 4 laden swallows.
Nice. So like I said before, oh, what?
I would just, giving you the floor.
Oh, I know it's mine. So like I said, I really did want to like this. I do like movies like this. I like sword fights. I like, medieval, storylines and Arthurian legend and whatever. And it had some decent aspects. Like I said, it's visually pretty. The soundtrack's good. It was too convoluted. Like it was confusing and it jumped timelines and storylines. And so I guess I got a little bored, but more it was like I was just confused. And I am all for 80s cheesy movies. So it wasn't that, but I thought it was overacted at some points. And then at other points it was like, Was that sarcasm or was that not? Was I supposed to laugh or was I not supposed to laugh? So I'm glad you enjoy it, and I would never want to take that away from you because I like shit other people don't like. We all like what we like, but for me, this is gonna be a 2.5 Ladies of the Lake.
You asshole.
What, I steal your Ladies of the Lake?
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, but the easy one is left for you. Like, come on now. The low-hanging fruit is right there.
That's what she said. So
she sent him to
my initial reaction to this movie could have been a wee bit harsh. After listening to the passionate spiel of the great Papa Palpatine, I may consider giving the movie another go and keeping an open mind. I don't think it was that bad. So if I'm willing to give it a second chance, then yeah, I'm gonna go 2.75 swords lit with a green light out of 5.
You could have just said Excaliburs and save yourself time, but sweet.
Well, no, I wanted to be very alliterative. So.
Well, happy birthday, and glad we got to do a movie that you love and you got to talk about it. That's always fun. Just because we don't like it doesn't mean.
Yeah, it's not for everybody, and I'm not mad at the reviews, right?
Casey is
I'm less in love with the movie from yesterday than I was before I rewatched it, and I think with age, certain things just don't sit as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I've definitely found that out since we started doing the show.
Yeah,
that I've gone back and watched stuff from my childhood, and it's like, ooh.
I mean, when we did Howard the Duck, like, I did not anywhere near enjoy Howard the Duck as much as I did when I was a kid. I still like it, as a special place in my heart, nostalgia and all that. But when I rewatched it for our show, I was like, how did I love this movie so much? It's kind of crap.
Right.
But, we all love what we love. That's fine.
Prince of Thieves.
Exactly. I was
before I wrap up the show, I do want to present our esteemed guest with an honor that is long overdue, and welcome him as an icon of an evening at the movies.
Woo!
He's been a part of some historic episodes, and again, I don't know how it got overlooked till this point, but
you're just selfish.
My sincerest apologies for that. But 100%, we appreciate you and everything that you brought into the show, sir.
I appreciate that. I really do. And I was just giving you shit the one time I brought it up. I don't see this as an order thing of wherever I am in the icon list. I made the list, right? No one cares that they're in the 400th admission to the Hall of Fame because they're in the fucking Hall of Fame. So,
well, you're not the 400th icon, so.
But you know what I mean, right? To me, it's not a number. It's not I was overlooked. I did give you grief about it because it was there, but I truly appreciate the honor. And I have enjoyed every episode I've been on, and I have enjoyed being able to give some of the most fun ratings in the history of the show. So
for sure. 1 + 2 + 1.
I don't think anybody has been more fun than you.
Yeah, and you two, for sure, is who got me started down the path of podcasting, and encouraging me to do my own show. So, much love to the both of you. So thank you very much for the
Yay.
icon status. Yeah, it's an honor. I appreciate it.
And you have such a niche
on
topic.
your resume.
That's awesome. Sorry.
You can put that on your resume now too.
Yep.
And according to the Karen Reed trial, apparently you can just put whatever you want on your resume, and unless the defense calls you out on it, you're golden.
That's how resumes work.
This dude had, like, the company listed him as having like this bachelor's degree, a degree that doesn't even exist at the college he went to. And like they pulled up his LinkedIn profiles, and you know how you get, are you either of you on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
So you know you get a notification if somebody looks at your profile, right?
Yeah.
So they looked at his profile. Of course, they screenshotted, copied everything or whatever. And then like the next day, it was gone.
Wait, is this like an expert witness?
Yes. A forensic expert. This trial is a fucking clown show. It is insane.
You have to know that if you're an expert witness for either side, that the opposing side's first job is to impeach your ass.
Yeah. Dude doesn't even have a bachelor's degree. And hey, I do not have mine. I never finished college. I completely understand that work experience is a thing, and you can become an expert in a field without that.
He could list professional certifications, right, or experience without listing.
Which he has a bunch of, but you can't say you have a degree you don't have.
No.
And especially in a courtroom. And the crazy thing is, he's testified in other trials, which means a lot of those could be overturned if people want to pursue it. It's batshit crazy.
Oh, man.
But hey, as long as you don't get caught an evening at the movies, well, actually, it doesn't matter now because you are one, but evening at the movies icon, put it at the top.
If somebody asked that person about his qualifications, there's chances of perjury.
Yeah. Well, they were very sneaky about him not outwardly saying it, but the company that he works for on their website listed him as having this degree. And they're the ones that have, presented him and backed up his work and whatever. So, yeah, because I was like, how did he not just perjure himself? But technically, when they introduced him and talked about his qualifications, the prosecution was able to like skip by that and just talk about his professional certifications.
Oh.
And that's cool. That may not make his testimony any more or less true, but you can't fucking do that. And now other stuff can be affected. Like,
right. Well, and jury trials are entirely perception, right? So now
exactly.
There's seeds of doubt in the jury's mind about this guy.
Exactly. And then you try, it's just when you say, oh, this was an oversight, or, oh, I did this, or, oh, that was a lie. But believe me on this thing over here. Yeah, no, you're done.
Yeah.
Credibility. Once you're done, you're done. So anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na-na-na, you said your birthday. Da-na-na-na-na-na, we're gonna have a good time. Sorry, I forgot to sing your song.
Oh, yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Okay.
God, I'm hoping for the copyright strike.
So, before we end the show, though, we have to thank everybody for being here each and every week. You guys are awesome, amazing, incredible, certifiably fuckable, all the adjectives that we didn't name in the Siplibs earlier.
I don't think it's the adjectives we skipped. I think we had.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you didn't find one that fit you, try harder, because we covered them.
Yeah,
we made up a couple, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what we do.
100%.
We don't like the rules. We make up our own rules and play a different game.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Chris, do you have anything coming up on One Step?
I absolutely do. I'm recording this weekend with Corey Moon of Loud City Roar to talk about creating and running your own scenario team. Shortly after that, I'll be coming out with an episode with Scott Stewart of the current 3-in-a-row champion Paintball Fit of Dallas Pro Team.
Ooh.
talking about his journey and his clothing company that he started.
Paintball gear, I'm assuming?
Yeah, Welts
nice.
Clothing. They do soft goods.
Nice.
Welts with a Z. Check them out. They're pretty cool. What else do I have in the pipeline? Dr. Christian Wyndham is going to be talking with me about injury prevention and recovery.
Ooh.
And we have some other stuff
classy
in the
over
pipeline.
there.
Probably a second episode with Robert Jordan, who's one of the godfathers of Texas paintball, to talk more about the history of the paintball of the area, as he and I riffed for an hour and a half and barely scratched the surface. And then a couple of other things I'm working on, including one that will be a special episode that'll be a roundtable conversation with myself and several OGs talking about some of the greatest innovations in the history of the sport.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's a lot on the table.
That is a lot on the table. Yeah. I arranged 2 recordings today, and I've got some more I've got to get set up. Trying to get that put out every 2 weeks.
Table.
But I'm not going to build a castle around it. It'll be a virtual round table.
Well, that fucking sucks. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, the roundtable episode is going to be kind of cool because I'm going to everybody's being told to bring a list of things that were innovative in the sport, and we're going to randomize the order. I'm going to go last. That's the only not random. I'm going last to make the challenge even harder for myself. And whoever gets to go first gets to talk about their innovation. Then we get to talk about that, and then we're going to do down the order. But if yours gets used before it comes to your turn, got to have another one.
How many do you get to say?
We're probably going to do one each, depending on how long it lasts. Then we might go back around the table.
I don't know. Like,
but you don't know where you're going to be in the order. You could be 5th.
Yeah.
So I've got to have a list of like 7 or 10 things because I want to be dead last. Yeah. So that's going to be a great episode. It's going to be myself. It's going to be probably Jeremy Martin, who's been on the show before, who's been around the sport for longer than I have. Robert Jordan again.
Did they have paintball in the Middle Ages?
Yes, we just did it with swords. I'm 2 years older than you are. Fuck right off. Wait, no, 3 years? 2.
So 3.
3.
So, co-host.
Yes.
When we were getting ready to announce Papa Palpatine as an icon, and you did the little drum roll thing.
Yeah.
Brandy, who is house sitting for her mom right now and taking care of the dogs.
Did I blow her eardrums
the drum roll? No. The dogs, you set the dogs off with your drum roll.
Sorry, Brandy.
Whoops.
My bad. Need a sound bar. Just like start pressing buttons.
Oh,
like Ferris Bueller. Wah, 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 wah.
I've got a friggin' soundboard that I
soundboard. That's it.
Figured out how to get it set up so that I can use it for what it's intended for.
Very nice.
So, last but not least, before we get out of here, we will be back again live Monday, where we will be joined by Josh from Toontastic Journeys, where we will be celebrating the 30th anniversary of season 1 of one of the greatest TV shows of all time.
Justified for 30 years old.
I'll be there for you. Whatever you said, Chris, is probably not accurate. No, I'm just kidding. What'd you say?
I said Justified isn't 30 years old.
Yeah, exactly. We are talking about Friends, you twat waffle.
Oh, but ER is, so we can, do that one. That's a much better first season.
ER is 30 years old.
Season is a little, you got to get into it. ER was the same way though. Like ER had a really good first season, but the first couple episodes, because you have to introduce everybody to everything. So I get it. ER is fantastic though. But we're talking about Friends.
So we'll be doing that on Monday with Josh. And then coming up in June, Papa Palpatine will be back with us not once, but twice for Gold Member and Robin Hood. As well as we'll be also... I said Goldfinger.
No, you said gold member.
You said gold member.
Did I?
It is accurate, but that's not the one we're doing.
Gold, it's gold, it's gold, it's solid gold, baby. Sorry.
So I didn't watch.
Not the movie with. We're not talking about the spy movie with the cowboy shit lady in it. It is Goldfinger, not member, and Robin Hood. Also, we will be talking Some Like It Hot, The Wolfman with Luana, and Mary Poppins as well.
Oh, and Miss Movie, Miss. Let's Talk Turkeys girls doing the Wolfman with us too.
Wait, which Wolfman?
The OG
movie
nice.
Movie Miss
Lon Chaney.
The only one you should be doing. Really.
Correct.
Well, because none of the freaking remakes are. I haven't seen the recent one yet.
Don't.
I've heard.
I haven't either.
Don't.
I saw that one. Was it Jack Nicholson that was in that one?
No, Benicio del Toro.
Oh, no, not that one. But wasn't there one with Jack Nicholson?
The Wolf.
Yes. Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last one I saw was one with Benicio del Toro and Anthony Hopkins, and I'm like, how do you make a movie that bad with that cast?
Right.
Yeah, I have no fucking clue. But then coming up in July, we will be celebrating Summerween as well.
Woo!
So you can stay tuned for an explanation as to what we have coming up for July when we get closer. I'm not going to drag out the conclusion any longer than I absolutely have to. I'm going to turn the microphone over to my awesome co-host and let her wrap the show up as only she knows how.
All right. Well, happy birthday, Chris. Thanks for coming on and being the amazing guest you always are. Even though I didn't like the movie, I always love talking to you guys about movies no matter what. So thanks everybody for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we hope you all come back for an evening at the movies. Goodbye. Happy birthday to ya.